one-sided. Paper Rex on the defense, Boom on attack as we enter the first match of day 2 of the Valorant Indian Invitational.
So far, so good from Boom. It's fairly quiet as they list over towards this A site. Paper Rex on the flip side of instead choose to aggress through main, which means this attack from Dish is going to have to be spearheaded by Neon off the Zergs.
Looks like Paper Rex are a little bit falling backwards to that A-main position. Boom trying to take over space, but they're comfortable to hold down the line. It's a crossfire madness. Kills coming the way of the boys in Paper. And Forsaken will be the final kill going their way. And just like that, 1-0 on the board for the Paper boys.
Absolutely, and it feels like the aggression there in A-main was perfect from Paper Rex. They were able to just turn over to Dish, and once they were able to extrapolate where the attack was coming from, all they had to do was get in their crossfires and Forsaken. You know what? If he's able to land his shots, even better. Really, really strong stuff so far from Paper Rex. For Boom, down to an eco. It's going to give Paper Rex that early lead. A chance to really... feel a bit comfortable, Pavlos. And interestingly enough, Paper Rex actually being a bit ballsy, I'd say, going into the second round with only 3 primary weapons.
That is very true. That is very true. Having pistols on a couple of them. Benkai has to trade his life out. Not quite the optimal solution, given that the Spectre will be handed over to their hands. Oh, that is fast. The curveball, together with Forsaken dropping in. He wants more, and he's somehow still alive. He's got the assistance of his teammates, and that was a good golly fast round.
What I really like about that as well is the Cascade was used in the backline. There you go, that's how Harbor gets implemented. We saw the flash, the leer, and then we saw the Cascade. And what it means is that any player who would have been swinging past Dish, who wasn't caught by the fault line, just gets pushed back, allowing Paper Rex to take these fights. A really, really smart implementation here, Pavlos. And, I mean, so far, I am very, very happy with how Harbor's been brought out. Quick technical pause, hopefully be able to remedy it as quick as humanly possible. But for the time being, I want to see what else they have for Mindfreaker.
So what I've noticed here from Paper Rex is that they've gone for 2 different styles in this first match, right? On the first pistol round, they knew that their very aggressive attack was coming due to the composition of their opponents, so they kind of dropped back. They knew what to expect. Obviously, given that this is a tried and tested composition brought out by Boom, and for the second round, they completely switched up their playstyle, right? Going aggressive themselves. And it completely caught off being off guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder how many signs we'll have shown by Benkai today.
Yeah.
How much variety? We got the wave.
How many hand
we got
gestures?
the W with the cute ears. We got the everything's okay sign.
How many Paper Rex games before they move the caster desk?
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see that.
It would be interesting if he cast it next to them as well. You know?
Absolutely. Why not just hand in the mic halfway through? I want to see how.
So they can cast their own game?
Absolutely. I want to see how Boom counteracts this aggression off the back of the Harbor. I think that it's going to have to be through a very defensive, very utility raiding setup, which isn't really Boom's playstyle.
But here, Boom looking to enter towards the A side, but it's interrupted. Oh, blinded completely. They cannot win a trade when they cannot use their eyes. And Severin is left alone, able to find one. Double zap, actually. And if he finds the last 3 kills, it just could be a potential ace clutch for the ages.
Very well could be. 2 so far, 3 more to find, and unfortunately Paper Rex, they're stacked up. They don't want to give Severin an inch. They know he'll take a mile. And with that, he'll be fed to the Vultures. Paper Rex 3-0 up. And what I really like there is now we're seeing Harbor come into this. The second we see that door opens to try and push through sand, instantly the high tide goes down, and it means that anyone who pushes just past it is walking into that maelstrom there. You see, it means the Zerg's pathing instantly gets caught out, and for the others, they're just running into these leers, these flashes. It's a really, really strong setup, and it feels like they're treating Harbor like a very aggressive Viper, essentially.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you know, when you don't have experience playing against it, it is very hard to switch up your play.
And look, preset angles as well. This is practice from Paper Rex, and I love how well it's working out for them.
Orbital strike available for Severin. Pretty much the only thing Boom have got going for them this round. Very aggressive move from Paper Rex, not letting their opponents breathe or set up any sort of aggressive play themselves. Jing realizes that the A site is slowly being infiltrated, but without spike control, Paper Rex can be calm about holding this ground over the spawn of their attackers. So they can just gonna hold the line, Prowler thrown at him. should be fairly clean, coming his way. Runs out of bullets, but it's got the assistance of his teammates. But actually, Blazer King is able to find a couple of kills here. And there's only a couple left, but Forsaken deals with it kindly.
Clean.
4-0 for the Paperboys.
That's very clean, hell of a round there. And Blazer King, he makes them work for it. He almost recovers what was a pretty dire circumstance. But Paper Rex, their ability to trade one another and just work off of each other is something you only see in teams that have been together for so long. And that familiarity is really starting to show now. I'm loving the fact that Harbor's actually getting some really good mileage out of his abilities right now.
Yeah.
And as you look at the ult management as well.
His ultimate to gain some early information, runs it back into safety. And Boom actually takes a lot of early chip damage.
I love that counter Nightfall there. Absolutely perfect from Benkai. He knows that his teammate's going to be pushed, so in dropping the Nightfall, he's able to buy that space and time. Look, Boom have hardly left their spawn. That first kind of 20, 30 seconds of the round have completely just been burned off.
And already Paper Rex have got the info they needed from that first initial push. They know where their opponents are unless they've taken the ropes to cross to the other side of the map, but they are going to stick around. And it's a good idea to do so. 3 players stacked up. This could be deadly. Oh, this could be very deadly. Jing bringing out his curveball, but can't get it out on time, which means it's all traded out equally. Spike can be recollected by Boom, but Care, 40 seconds only remaining.
And look at the Lurk Devi. Operator in hand. Right now, Boom, they're trapped in A main, and they're not going to be able to figure out that they're trapped until one of them dies to that Operator. Empress deployed, smokes out, and a huge hit to this A side.
Really good smoke falling through, but Forsaken just doesn't care. Just walks in, he uses Empress, and completely obliterates them. Benkai with the last kill, and that is 5 rounds to nothing for Paper Rex.
Absolutely perfect from them, and Forsaken, just perfect timing on that Empress with Devi holding that flank. His aggression, sure, we haven't seen much from Devi this game, but not because of lack of skill. It's lack of opportunity, really. And the fact he's been able to hold positions is what's been able to invigor Paper Rex into going for these aggressive rounds and these sort of aggressive plays. For instance, going through that smoke with the either something much quicker or considerably slower, with no in between. This sort of mid-round split out, look for picks hasn't been working for them. So speed it up, try and isolate, potentially even isolate Devi, potentially even isolate maybe even Mindfreak. Because that Harbor, with that Reckoning, is the only ultimate left on Paper Rex.
Yeah, and Boom have got the perfect amount of tools to actually do that in regards to their ultimates. Yes, they may have to wait a couple of rounds, 1 round at least, given their economical situation. But later along the line, you can see Orbital Strike, Nightfall, and slowly Rolling Thunder, as well as the rest of the ultimates of the Boom squad start to come online. So their job this one is to get kills, trying to refill those orbs. So next round, they've got all the adequate utility they need. But Forsaken starts things strong with First Blood. Boom, starting to move in. Devi quickly follows up. This is looking clean by Paper Rex. They barely took any damage on their trades of those 3 kills.
The practice that must have been going into these setups is incredible. The famous of Berserks, yes, with the Neon, you have these very fast rotations. It'll be a plant, which I guess is the silver lining for Boom here. Another silver lining actually is in the last buy round, yes, they lost it, but they burned so many ults Paper Rex that going into this next round, they are going to have a bit of an ability advantage. That being said, all on Berserks here, Pavlos.
And sadly, there's nothing you can do, but it's kind of to be expected. I think this is where Boom have kind of got a chance to redeem themselves, right? I think they've slowly got a lot more ultimates to work with, and, you know, credit where credit is due. Paper Rex are up by 6 rounds to nothing.
These have been 6 quick rounds as well. The momentum is really showing for them here.
Not even close.
Absolutely, and so for Boom, timeout's been used. Let's see what this buy round garners for them. If this buy round fails, then they are in real trouble here.
Nice shot by Famous. It's good to know that he's still
warm.
Warm. And like I said, 5 ultimates for Boom available.
You look at the investments here. Famous going to go for the Spectre. I imagine the Sword of Force is about to show itself. And you see how Boom is sort of split around the map here. When you have so many ults to work with, it's just a matter of finding the right position to deploy it. Looks like they are listing over to this ace side. Sword of Force instantly used, and Famous maybe a little bit aggressive off the back of it.
When Boom haven't been able to use a single ultimate, Jing has already used his twice. A lot of space scattered out of that. And Boom scared to move into that A main angle, opting to see if they can push towards B, but there's a dangerous divide there and waiting. And the chance of Boom to get something out of this round may already be mitigated. No more Rolling Thunder available, and Boom need to act quickly because look at the lurk happening from Paper Rex over towards Dish.
Absolutely. Boom now. They need this first kill, they need it quickly. A minute on the clock looks like a lot, but Paper Rex has so much counter utility.
Oh, man.
Still, they've got Divide.
Use whatever you want in utility. If you can't find that entry kill, if you can't kill Device straight away, you're in trouble. Forsaken finally drops, which gives Boom an opportunity. It's still a 2v3, but they need to get the next kill.
Oh, Blaziken goes aggressive mind freak. This will be the round that, this is the kill that decides it.
That's the kill that they needed. Now they've got a chance. And they still got Neon's overdrive to keep this going. But do you want to use it? Do you want to go over aggressive or just hold your ground, hold that cross line? Paper Rex split. Berserks on the side, Benkai wondering, split between two positions, already touching the spike. Benkai with the first, he's buying so much time for his teammate. Joining the fray is Berserks, tries to get it all by himself, but he runs out of bullets and Jinx side swings. Paper Rex will not falter.
The BM hot hands as well being lobbed into the sky from Paper Rex. Absolutely perfect from them. And a hell of a way to utilize that Phoenix in a retake. Once that wall goes up, trying to actually get through into a position where you can punish that after plant can be pretty damn difficult. What's a recovery from Paper Rex down for a very, for a good kind of 30 seconds of that round there. Boom looks like they were in position to get there first.
This is class by Paper Rex.
Absolutely.
The narrative we sort of thought may come to light this morning was that loss against Bleed Awakening call. I think now there's a reason why they've been so calm, holding tactics back, but now they realize they're up against the wall if they want to get to group.
Overdrive doesn't get, I guess one eventually, but it's labored, that's for sure, Pavlos. A retake now for Paper Rex, and with an operator on Divide, it's going to be difficult to win.
I'll tell you what, this is the first time Boom has had all their 5 players alive once they had the spike down. And let me tell you, it's the first time they've ever had the numbers advantage on the first pick.
Absolutely. I wonder how long this overdrive has left on it, because once Berserks loses it, he's only got Shorty to work with.
2 players posted up in tower. Severine on the flank, already taken aback. Mind Freak maybe in trouble, but Davai helps him out. Shiro having to use a Rolling Thunder, maybe to keep them back a little. Benkai shutting down Berserks. This is dangerous. 2v3, up close and personal. Benkai! He's so good on that pressure position. And all down to Shiro. So far, Harbor Smoke concealing it. Diffuse halfway. The players are low, but he might get the chance off it. 30 HP remaining. Paper Rex are able to get it done with Mind Freak's last kill.
Absolutely perfect. Pavlos, I'm going to... that was one of the best combinations of Harbor I've seen in a good while, and I think that was spontaneous, which was to use the shield from the Harbor, and once that cove goes up, they have the haunts behind it. So the second you shoot that cove to actually get to fight the diffuser, instantly pinged by the haunts. Absolutely perfect. And what I think Paper Rex are doing beautifully here is they're not focusing, the Harbor isn't the strategy, Harbor's aiding the strategy, and that's a huge, huge bonus for them. And we're really actually seeing them get some serious, serious mileage from an agent which a lot of teams have almost written off.
Oh man, this is getting dangerous.
Apparently,
well, thank you very much for your patience, everybody. It seems that the tech pause has subsided, so let's get the show going. 4 rounds left in the half, and Paper Rex have got a demanding lead. Boom. I've got to bring something out very, very strong to try and catch up.
I want to mention Forsaken right now, currently 10 kills in 8 rounds, really doing well on these entries. And actually he's going to attempt to do so again. This Harbor is gaining so much mileage for them, and that's allowing Divide to craft these openings.
Famous was holding that angle. He should have been the one to get the kill.
Absolutely.
But Divide is so freaking quick.
I don't think it's just Divide who's quick. I think all of them right now are firing on all cylinders. Boom, Lincoln, you miss it. Down to 3 players. Berserk's his location, telegram to the rest of Paper Rex. And they even commit the Nightfall to try and get him out of position.
Shiro walking forwards, sort of being the last hope for the team. But again, Boom fairly split. You know, Blaze King for the back. Oh, Berserk didn't even see Benkai.
Oh my
Shiro,
God.
only for a split second. Woo. As clean as it could be. 9-0 for Paper Rex.
My God, Paper Rex. What, can we have the same breakfast they did next time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're at the same hotel, but they're probably eating something different.
Yeah, we need to copy what they eat because, oh my God, are they playing well. I want to mention is, I was going to say that Forsaken has done very well thus far in sort of getting these entries. If you look, especially when around, so much valuable equipment.
Oh, well, it looks like we're going to start either way. Paper X.
Oh, we're back. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For Boom, thus far, it looks like once again a bid for this A main presence. However, Paper Rex this time won't fight them for it. Instead, because they've already gained that control on Dish, it's a faster hit, the speed is there. But look at this Harbor utility. It just burns so much time. And now for Boom, the rotation's already there, and Jing's hot and ready.
He is very hot, quite literally as well. Jing moving forward, going for another, but obviously has to fall it back, and Mind Freak ends up falling. So Boom actually have got an advantage here, but as soon as I say that, Benkai enters the fight. Blaze King ever so low. His next kill needs to be as crispy as ever. But let's see if we hear a crunch. Famous also chiming in. Devi will re-peek it, but he's got a longer distance weapon, and it's definitely going to shoot Famous in the heart. Oh, and they know exactly where Blaze King is going to enter from. It's going to give away the audio cue as well. Use what you want, use what you must, but Paper X are there, lying in wait.
We also don't see the APAC curse. It's no longer going to be the potential of a 9-3. 10-0, Paper X now leads, and we're seeing some really, really strong utilization of this Harbor. I think once he was able to get that, once he was able to get that Cove as well as that High Tide down, what it meant is when the hot hands went down behind it, you're going to be slowed when you push through. You're probably going to be flashed because you don't know what's on the other side in terms of Liz, something which Forsaken has already been doing in the past. And then even if you get through all of that, you're running through hot hands, which is, I believe, the highest damaging sort of incendiary device in the game. It's either that or Brim's Molly.
Forsaken, maybe in trouble, but Devi's there to help out. Devi concussed, unable to shoot back. But Jing, where did that come from? They're all coming in from behind. Uh-oh, Boom. Don't only need to focus on the players they're approaching from the front, they also need to be careful of their backs.
When you try and go through that underground part to get back through to Arcade, I love how we see that cascade slowly pushes forward to allow the duelists to just clear each angle of it one at a time. So damn good from Mind Freak right now.
There is a winning condition for Boom this round. Blaze King needs a multi-kill on the Paper X rotations.
Yep.
But they're not coming his way. They're not even crossing spawn.
Just soul crushing. And there's already a player in Dish as well.
Oh,
so
no.
any attempt from Shiro to get off this site. Bear in mind, both Blaze King and Shiro, one away from their ultimates. They are just so close to having the tools needed to win this round.
And Shiro's alone. Blaze King has gone, spent a lot of time until he rotates over. All right, Shiro, can you hold the fort with just the Sheriff? Knows where his teammate is. Let's see if he can figure out the opposition. 3 in main. One coming in from drop. Oh, that's the first, but it's a trade, and Blaze King falls like a fly from the sky. Slop down onto the wall, and there you have it. Paper X just don't want to stop this momentum.
Absolutely. They sort of leave this, they leave Boom broken, battered, and bruised with a, what is so far a flawless first half. Now, I don't want to say it, just in case it potentially jinxes it, but 13-0. Are we going to see the first one?
Did you really just say that, Kremer?
But
Have you never
with teams
learned?
Who are so good. Boom is a good team. It's just Paper X is even better right now.
Kremer, you're a caster. There's a thing called the caster's curse. You're not allowed to say things like 13-0. You're not allowed to say that.
Watch, it'll happen anyway now. Forsaken on the close angle.
You just had to say it, didn't you? All right, well, let's have a look. Boom might actually have a chance here to at least gather around, and Famous has just been enabled.
It goes on a rampage.
Go figure. Why?
Just goes on a rampage. It's all a Devi 1v4. It's still possible.
It's still very possible, especially for a man like Devi. Running out of bullets on that chamber of the operator. Orbital strike and Incendiary delaying it. Yeah, he doesn't really have a chance here. The crossfire's too big. Jumps through the flames. Down to half. That's one pick. Ooh. Time is running low, though. They need to line up. The stars need to line up. Oh! There is a world, but it just couldn't.
That looked like it was possible. But we are going to see Boom put themselves on the board. A hell of a round from them there. And a hell of a round from Famous, who steps up on that chamber. He's had a relatively quiet match. However, now he's finally able to enter the maelstrom of madness, rejoin the fray, and, well, for Paper X, let's be honest, 11 rounds will be happy for anyone.
You know, out of that round, I think the biggest highlight was Famous pushing towards spawn and getting a double.
Yeah,
I think that is the biggest highlight, and it wasn't shown in the replay, but that was the reason why Boom had quite a big numbers advantage in the post-plant.
Absolutely. Now, moving to the defense, let's see if Boom have any solution to this Harbor playstyle. Now, I want to see how effective Harbor's going to be on this attack. Now, we've seen a lot of utilization of this high tide. We've not really seen this Cove get used too much. The Cascade, again, very limited. I think we're probably going to see a lot more use of the Cascade going into the second half. But for now, it's like a second half. Let's see if Benkai can keep up what has been a great match so far.
I think what has been the case for Benkai throughout this tournament as well is that he's had very solid performances all across the board. And it never feels like he's, you know, getting clutches. It's just that he's winning out his trades without dying himself. And that's so super important to have in a team.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he's supporting so well. Like, these kills, they're not sort of overextensions where he's just won the aim duel. They're not sort of baiting at all. It's just been supporting his teammates.
It's usually mid-side fights. Absolutely. He's not the first to engage.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's been the sort of second man into the retakes. And it's just been working beautifully for him. Really, really strong stuff from both Benkai and Paper Rex. Going into the second half, do you see the consistency staying with them?
After you curse them, I don't know.
That's true. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to curse them that hard.
Yeah, no, I think they will. I think they will, because obviously, as much as you show on the defense, you've got just as much to show on the attack.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think in terms of sort of going to the attack here, I think that there's going to be a little bit more pressure on Jing and Forsaken to get these entries. That being said, they've already done so damn well, sort of treating their defense so aggressively, it almost is their attack. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can bring here.
And you know what? Fracture isn't that defense heavy anymore, due to the changes that it's had.
Relatively even, I would argue.
I wouldn't say it's still even, still defense-sided.
Not by much, though.
But not by as much as you could say that you could easily convert a 9-3 like you used to. Like, when you see a 9-3 score, when you used to see a 9-3 score on Fracture, you'd be like, this is doable.
That's manageable.
It's doable. Get some momentum. You can do it. But not to a level where you can bring back an 11-1.
No, absolutely. For Boom, it's certainly a mountain to climb. In the realms of possibility, but they definitely need a lot of faith right now. Paper Rex on the flip side, 11-1, looking absolutely immortal.
Basically a pistol round away from victory.
For sure, and you know, for Boom, I quite like the risk here. The 4-man stack in Dish. I love it. It's risky, but it seems to have at least worked for map control. Paper Rex, luckily, you're being a little bit slower here, so Boom have time to turn back around to the safe side.
It might be a 4-man play towards Dish, but Divide deals with 2. That is not allowed.
And he gets away. That is really worrying. And now Plant goes down. 3 versus 5 retake for Boom. Pavlos, this is
scary.
This is getting worse and worse for them.
This really is. Could be the most one-sided result we've seen so far. The Valorant Indian Invitational here in the off-season. 3 players left for Boom. Let's see what they can do. It seems like nothing. Severine and Famous just get slapped silly. Jing also just pushing them up against the wall, and that is bullying.
Absolutely, without a single casualty. It's certainly a Fearic victory from the members of for Paper Rex. Boom, what do you do? What do you change, Pavlos? You've seen nothing from Paper Rex's attack.
Back to the drawing board, man.
The defense adaptations weren't now you're in a force fight against Paper Rex, who are just now just a hop away from being able to make you lose your opening game.
Oh boy. Obviously Boom forced to put all of their economy into this, empty their pockets, and get as much weaponry out of their arsenal as possible.
I'm out of here.
Is it going to be enough to stay alive? Obviously, they cannot make a mistake for 11 consecutive rounds. Berserk gets caught napping, and Severine, what can he do here? Curveball, blinding both himself and his opponent, which means Severine had a chance, but not quite. Forsaken has just been enabled. Maybe a Sheriff kill from Shiro will soften the blow. But Shiro, as soon as he crosses that tidal wave, he is a dead man. Or is he? Famous has actually got a chance. He's in a 1-on-2.
Limited HP as well. They're at least limited armor, limited utility. Spectre as well.
Oh,
What can he do here,
There's
Pavlos?
no way
It's
he
the make or
checks.
break.
There's no way he checks the butt here. Toyed with like a teddy bear. Paper X with a 13-1 victory.
Wow. Wow, Pavlos. That was